Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on all my socials at Instagram, Vivalayoshii, TikTok, Twitter at LifeWithSymone, and my business page at Brishari, as y'all see in the back. Yeah, go ahead and follow me. I just had to show out real quick because look, Brishari. Hold on. Brishari. Y'all can't see the black one up here, but it's up here. And then my other one, that my little sample one that I made, but I'm gonna come up with that soon too. But y'all see I'm all over my stuff. But y'all, I had to come back right here because y'all, your girl is about to move. By the next month sometime I'll be out of here. So I was like, let me do my bookshelf. But even though I'm a decorated nice where I'm going, so don't even worry about it. It's gonna be nice too, but I just want to do, I'm like, I haven't did a video right here in so long, like let me get my old stomach grounds. But yeah, let's get straight into this video. So this video is with y'all girl Toxic, and yeah, okay, so this video took place when we was back in the day when we was in high school and stuff. So yeah, remember the boy Jason that I told y'all that I stole the iPhone from? 4-5 shots, yes sir. Okay, no, for real, I had to just come here right now since I'm editing this video. I just realized I'm so fucking while I'm editing this video, I just realized I'm so freaking dumb, y'all. So this whole time I'm calling this boy Jason in a story time. It's so hard to keep up with these fake names, man. At this point, everybody about to get their real name. But the whole time I'm calling him Jason in his story time, and that's not even the original name I gave him, y'all. So in the story time, when I first mentioned this boy, I named him Devontae. Then when I mentioned him a second time, I accidentally called him somebody else's name I gave him, which was Deshaun, and that wasn't him either. It was Devontae. Then I'm over here mentioning it again because I thought I was right, and the whole time I was still wrong calling the boy Jason when I really didn't name him, and I named him Devontae. So if y'all hear me calling this boy Jason in his story, just know that this is not the boy that I named Jason that was lying for no damn reason, which I still got to give y'all more stories on that. But this is actually the boy that I named Devontae, the one that I said from the story time where I had stole his iPod. And if you haven't watched that one, then yeah, it's me and Toxic got caught. But yeah, this literally that boy Devontae. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit confusing. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not that part 2, and I'm mad because I was gonna tell the part 2 of that, but it literally slipped my fucking mind. You know what, I could add it up in here. I could add what happened, like the aftermath up in here, and then just add to what I'm about to talk about in this story. Okay, so let's add that. All right, so y'all, I remember I took his iPod, and I took it because, yeah, and remember I told y'all I seen the pictures of the girl in the iPod. So after that, it was like he had asked me to come back, and it took me like a good week and a half, maybe like 2 weeks before I went and gave him his shit back because I don't know, I just didn't want to. And remember I told y'all it was summertime, so school was out. So yeah, and I didn't go to the same school as him, but him and Toxic went to the same school. So anyway, when we finally went back to go up over there, it's not really much that happened, so I really even had to really do too much of a part 2. But we went back over there. We just, you know, it was the same little shit. We just play fight, all that other stuff, had a little cool time, and yeah, and I gave him his shit back. So y'all, so let's fast forward and all this other stuff. So, oh, and y'all, what's funny too, when I had took his iPad back to him, he was really like making sure he had all his stuff before I left. Like, I swear, it's like at one point when he got it, it's like he hid his stuff, and it's like, boy, don't nobody want to steal your damn iPod. Like, you doing too much. I got a taste of it, and I was like, okay, this cool. I'll have my mom give me one or something like that, maybe, who knows. But anyway, yeah, so fast forward, so now it's February, it's time, like school's about to, well, school's already in, of course, so yeah, we just, yeah. Okay, so he ended up Jason, because I remember I named him Jason, and I don't know why. I remember when I told the story time about the girls who took China ID. That's what I meant. I meant to say Jason, not Deshaun. It's hard keeping up with these fake names, so I got mixed up. So yeah, that's what I meant. So anyway, Jason ended up hitting me up, and mind you, at this point our relationship is kind of like because like I said, he got old girl who sent him naked pictures. He calling this bitch his best friend now. Like, are you kidding me? So you calling a girl that sent you naked pictures your best friend? I'm telling him, nah, that's not cool. And he like, oh, we been best friends before. It just was a lot of shit, and I just was like, I'm not about to play with you. I would still go up to his school to go see him from time to time, but like, it just started getting complicated because I would see like my ex-mans. So remember the boy that I had ripped the girl's stuff and threw it across the yard, her notebook, because of him? I can't remember what I named him, but like I would see him up there at the food spot. I was about to say, but I would see him at the food spot where everybody would go up to after school, and I would like talk to him and stuff like that. Our relationship just got kind of like really weird. I ain't even gonna hold you, but it wasn't like super weird, but like it just was like and plus he would be getting caught talking to so many girls. Like, it was this one girl Oh my gosh, she just wanted everybody I like everybody I talked to that she would talk to. So him and her, they was talking, she calling him best friend. It was just too much for me. So our relationship was just like, so I wasn't really putting too much effort in. I could really care less at this point, but he was still my man, if that makes sense. So yeah, so anyway, so we ended up, he telling me like, I haven't seen you in a cool minute. Mind you, since school was back in, I couldn't go to his house because in the summertime it was different, because on the weekends I'm like saying, oh, I'm going to the mall, or I'm going to go do this. But now that school was back in, it was totally different, and I just couldn't, I didn't have nobody really that would have went with me. Plus, I wasn't about to take nobody else with me to go see him because, of course, his cousin, remember Lamar, toxic boyfriend, remember he would have been there, and it's like I'm about to take another girl to go be around my friend's boyfriend. Like, so it just didn't make, it just wasn't clicking right. And plus, like on the weekends, remember at this time I lived with my grandma, so on the weekends I would go to my mom's house from time to time. Like I'll be like, oh mom, I'm about to come over with me and my friends and stuff like that. And no, my mom did not lose custody of me or nothing like that. I just chose to live at my grandma's house because I didn't want to go where the city that we moved to. I didn't want to live there. I wanted to stay, and I was like, let me finish school. So that's why I lived with my mom, because a lot of people be like, what happened with that situation? Nothing at all. I just had a choice, and she said okay, and she had 2 newborn babies, so it was like, all right, whatever. It was easier for her. She didn't have to worry about taking me to school, but I ended up moving back. But anyway, I just have to make that clear. So yeah, so he told me like, yeah, I don't get to see you that much, but my auntie is actually having a party at her house, and it's like around the corner from you. It's not far from you. So I was like, okay, when is it? So he's telling me like, it's this Friday and I want you to come or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come. So I had ended up telling Toxic like, spend the night at my house because Jason auntie is having a party like up the street around the corner from my house. So she like, yeah, Lamar told me like I should come up over there, like we should go, like you down? So I'm like, yeah, I'm down, like we gonna go. It's literally like a 15-20 minute walk. So I'm like, yeah, it was by my old school anyway. So I'm like, all right, cool, we gonna go. So when it came down to the day of, Toxic mom ended up bringing her over, y'all. I don't know what her mama felt in her heart, but her mom used to be strict, y'all. So she told my grandma, like, she over there for a cool minute. She would not leave. I'm just like, damn, Toxic, your fucking mama won't fucking leave. She would not leave. So she was over there for a cool ass minute, and they just talking, and she would not leave. And she told my grandma how, like, oh, Toxic is spending the night, but I don't want her to go. Like, it's no parties. I don't want her to go to no parties because of whatever the reason why. But she was like, no parties, no this, no that. Okay, Coil Ray. But yeah, she was just like, she didn't want her going out. So she told my grandma all this shit, which I was irritated because my grandma was the type, if I asked her to do something, she's gonna tell me, what did your mom say? Like, did your mom say you could do it? You need to ask her. And then I'd be like, oh, my mom said yeah, which I'll lie or something, because sometimes she'll call, sometimes she really wouldn't. She'll just be like, okay, if your mom said it's cool. So I'm like, fuck. But if Toxic mom is telling her Toxic can't do shit, I can't even ask, because Toxic mom is gonna keep calling the fucking house, and my grandma's not gonna lie for her, and my grandma's gonna be like, well, if her mom don't want her going nowhere, then y'all don't need to go nowhere. I'm not about to, no, she go home. So I'm like, damn. But her mom would not leave. So he's texting me, he like, where y'all at? Y'all coming? Mind y'all, her mom did not leave till like probably like 8ish, 8 o'clock. So she was there for some hours, and it's like, girl, you got something better else to do but be here. So yeah, she didn't leave till like 8, and she like, yeah, I'm gone, just like I'll see you later, da 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 da. Make sure y'all not going nowhere, no fun this weekend. Why you let her come? So we could sit up and watch play my, and then she had the nerve to tell my grandma she wanted Toxic to be in bed by like 10 or something. Girl, you is not regulating shit up over here. You was not doing that. So I'm like, girl, your mama sounds stupid. But anyway, so, but no, she was cool. I loved her. But anyway, so she ended up leaving or whatever. And then he's texting me like, where y'all at? Because mind y'all, he was trying to get us to come. Her mom came and brought her like literally when she got out of school. She had her stuff already with her. So they got there probably like 4 o'clock, and she leave at 8. Why is you here this long? So he's texting like, where y'all at? And I'm just like, because mind you, I think the party he said started at like 6 o'clock or something like that. So I'm like, Toxic mom just left, but we gonna have to sneak out of my house because her mom told my grandma that she not supposed to go nowhere. So since that, like, I can't ask my grandma to go somewhere, so we gotta sneak out. So he like, all right, well, hurry up because my mom already left, but like, I'm gonna get a ride back with my cousin. I don't know how long he trying to stay here. So I'm just confused because I'm thinking like, he told me his auntie was having a party, and he was saying his auntie is younger. So I'm assuming that his auntie is maybe, I assumed his auntie was in the 12th grade or something like that, and that it was her shake that ass party. That's what I was assuming, because I'm like, why is her party? It's literally like 8-9 o'clock now. Like, chill out. The party, people probably just pulling up too. So I'm like, all right, we finna come. So we ended up going to my room, and I just told my grandma, y'all, literally, it was probably like 9ish o'clock right around this time. I told my grandma, like, yeah, grandma, me and Toxic is so tired because we got to get up early. Y'all, I used to make up the stupidest lies to my grandma, and I was about to say that's if she used to believe me, but now that I think about it, that's probably why we used to get into it a lot, because she probably used to be like, girl, nobody's fucking dumb but you. I would literally lie and say dumb shit. Like, I probably lied and told her, like, grandma, me and Toxic gonna sell lemonade at the bus stop tomorrow. So we going to sleep early. I don't know. It was some stupid shit I told her. And she's just like, okay, Moni. Okay. And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, my grandma she made burgers that night too, y'all. So look, I have to just mention this because, so she had made burgers. She had made one for me and Toxic, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna eat it. So Toxic, she ended up getting her burger and taking it in my room. We ate it in the room, and she wrapped it in a paper towel. So I'm like, girl, if you're not gonna eat your food, go put it in the refrigerator or put it in the microwave, something, so you can eat it later, because you're not about to leave your food in my room. Like, that's no. So she was like, no, I'm gonna take it with me when we leave so I could walk and eat it. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right, like, that's smart, because we are about to sneak out, so of course you bring the food to the room. So we in the room. I told her we was going to sleep early. I just cut off all the lights, and I cut my fan on. I put my fan in the window. I cut it on, and I put like some pillows underneath the blanket, because the way my grandma, mind you, Toxic mama done called like already like 3 times since she left. So the way my grandma was, like, if I tell her I'm going to sleep, and if she knock on my door and I don't reply, she'll either probably say something, like, and then walk away, or she'll probably just knock again and open the door. But if she opened the door and she sees it's pitch black, she's not gonna cut on the light and say anything to me. So I'm like, okay, if Toxic mom call again, that's literally what she's gonna do. She's just gonna knock and probably peek in and be like, oh, they sleep, they ain't saying nothing back. So I was like, cool. So we snuck out the back door. My room was right by the back door. We snuck out the back door, went around the side of the house, because she was sitting on the couch in the living room. So I'm like, damn, we can't go this way through the driveway, because we gonna have to walk past her. So we gotta go around this side of the house, then go around like this, kind of dug down, because it's a gate. It was just a lot we have to do. But anyway, so I'm like, all right, we could sneak out. So we snuck out through the back door, and we start walking towards their house. So mind y'all, right when we get to the corner, we just jogging, like damn near running, because he's telling me like, oh, you gotta kind of hurry up. I don't know when my cousin gonna want to leave, all this shit, blah blah blah. And she like, yeah, Lamar's like, can we hurry up? So I'm like, damn, okay, like we power walking, we trying to rush, we trying to get there. So when we finally get there, we up the street, and she was just like, mind you, we not that far, we up the street. She was just like, is it a store right here? Like, do you know where a store is at? So I'm like, it's not no store like right here. Mind you, we had to pass by the grocery store to go where we was going, but we had already crossed the street and passed that. So she was like, damn, I think we should go back to the grocery store. So I'm like, for what? And she was like, because Lamar said he wanted a soda. So I'm like, girl, they're at a party. If he want a soda, I'm pretty sure they got sodas there. And it's his people's house, he could get some drink. She was like, nah, he said they don't got it, but he really wanted a soda to go with his food. So I said, to go with his food, I'm pretty sure they got sodas there. And I was like, oh, what they got to eat? Because I might want to eat something. So she was like, oh, no, girl, I brought him some food. So I said, where did you bring him? Because, y'all, mind you, like I said, she's walking with this damn cheeseburger my grandma made in her hand, wrapped in a fucking paper towel. So I'm like, what did you get him? And then I looked, I said, girl, you giving her my grandma's cheeseburger? Y'all, like, it was for her. I'm like, you giving him my grandma's cheeseburger? So she was just like, girl, yeah, I told him your grandma was making burgers, and he was like, oh, he wanted one. So I'm like, well, then why did you just didn't have her make you 2 so you could have still ate? And she was like, I didn't even think about that. Oh my God, now I'm about to be hungry. Why would you give him your food to begin with? This nigga's at his people's house at a party. So I'm just like, you know what, whatever. So she's like, can we go back to the store? So I'm like, no. They said they about to leave in a little bit, and their cousin giving them a ride. Their cousin could go to the store. Like, we not about to walk. We already walking late night by ourselves. No, we're not about to walk back when you could have said something about the damn store when we went past the store. So she kind of irritated, and she was just like, I'm annoyed. Like, she was just annoyed. And I'm like, girl, I don't care, because I'm not about to walk back to the store. We already ran here, so we already been sweating and looking stupid as hell. So no, like, no. He could go to the store. Plus, the store wasn't, mind y'all, look, let me even tell y'all, the store literally, we was literally across the street from the store. But we have to cross a busy street, and you should have said something when we was on that side of the street. No, no. And I was just like, mind you, it's not that far from my house. So I'm like, what if, I always be thinking like, what if somebody see us? Like, I already snuck out. Like, what if somebody see us? So just no. And I was like, And plus, my grandma be going, no, she wouldn't have to go to the store, but she do some mysterious stuff from time to time. What if she late night just went to the grocery store? And that would have been a grocery store she went to. So anyway, we just didn't go back. We just walking. So she was kind of annoyed. She was just like, well, if Lamar asks why he ain't get no soda, I'm going to tell him you. And I was like, girl, I don't care. Tell him. Like, I don't care about what Lamar got I say? So we end up walking up. So we walk up to the house, and it's some people hanging outside in the front. Like, they older or whatever, and they just smoking, and they got their cups, they loud, they talking and shit like that. So we knew this was the house, and we texted them like we here. Well, we use our sidekicks, Flip, and telling them we here. So we texted them and we told them that we was here or whatever, and they was just like, okay, like, all right, we about to come out. So we just stand there at the end of the gate, because how the house had a gate, so you know, you walk through the entrance part. That's where everybody was standing at, like the older people. We stand at the end of the gate. So we just standing there. Clearly we here for this house because it's late night. Nobody else is like out, and we stand at the end of the gate. So one of the girls, well, the lady, she was just like, excuse me, do y'all need help? And we was just like, no, we're waiting for Jason and Lamar. So she was just like, Jason and Lamar? Y'all waiting for Jason and Lamar? And we like, yeah, we waiting for them. And then she was like, who are y'all to them? Jason didn't tell me he was finna have some little girl at my house. They did not tell me. Jason, Lamar, get y'all asses up here. Y'all didn't tell me this. But she just playing, like laughing. So I'm like, okay, they're pretty cool. Because you could tell she was just like playing, saying that. So she was like, how y'all know Jason and Lamar? So I'm like, we go to school with them. And Toxic was like, we they girlfriends. And I'm just like, so she's like, oh, yo, they little girlfriends? Okay, they didn't tell me they had no little girlfriends. Okay. So finally they start walking up, because she was like, come on, like, why y'all standing over there? Come up in the gate. Get in the gate. It's late. Like, y'all need to come up in the gate. So we stand right there, and they walk up. So we was finna, like, walk off, because they like, come on. And she was like, come y'all asses over here. Y'all ain't tell me y'all had no girlfriend. Who is this? Who girlfriend is who girlfriend? So Jason was like, oh, this Symone, this my friend. Yeah, friend? I'm your friend? Oh, we friends now? Oh, okay, bitch. But no, I was just like, standing there confused, because I'm like, I know this nigga did not call me his friend after we just said that we was their girlfriends. So she was like, okay, so this must be your little girlfriend, Lamar, pointing at Toxic. And he was like, nah, man, auntie, stop fucking playing. Come on now, we trying to kick it real quick. We trying to go. So she's like, I'm just saying, y'all ain't gotta lie. These y'all little girlfriends, they cute. Y'all is cute, ladies. Y'all real cute. But next time, don't be walking for no man, because I seen y'all walking up. And I'm just like, damn, that's embarrassing, because we was literally running. But so she probably seen that too. So she like, okay, y'all go on now. Y'all go on now. So we start walking to the back, and at this point I'm just thinking like, these niggas dissed us. These niggas dissed us, cause not Lamar. Well, Lamar, at least I just was called a friend. Lamar, he really did the most. So when we walking, Lamar was like, where's my food at? I'm like, this nigga in my, where's my food? So he's like, where's my food? So she hand him this cheeseburger that's wrapped in a damn paper towel. It's like soggy and shit. And he was like, what the fuck is this? So she was like, that's your cheeseburger. Like, you said you just wanted a cheeseburger. So he's like, he opened it up and he looked at, he's like, this shit look nasty as fuck. And she was just like, well, we walked over here. He was like, you couldn't put it on a plate with some tinfoil? And I'm like, that's so true, because why the fuck do you wrap this shit in a paper towel? So she was like, oh, we was just trying to hurry up. Like, Symone, they didn't have no tinfoil at their house. And I'm thinking like, girl, we did, but whatever. But I didn't say nothing. So he like, who cooked this shit? Who made this shit? And she was like, Symone's grandma. And he's like, Symone, your grandma can't cook. Your grandma can't cook for shit. And I'm like, you didn't even try it yet. Like, you literally just have a fucking soggy fucking hamburger that we walked over here with. So yeah, it's gonna be weird, because who just walks around with a hamburger and a fucking paper towel for 20 minutes? And we was running. So he was just like, nah, your grandma can't cook, man. Your grandma can't cook. She can't cook like my grandma. So I'm like, I really don't care. Is you gonna eat the burger or not? Now I'm getting mad like I brought the damn burger. So he like, nah, I don't know if I'm gonna eat it. Maybe I should try it. Man, Lamar, Jason. He's like, Jason, you think I should try? He's like, bro, I wouldn't eat that shit if I was you. I'm getting offended, because it's like, y'all not about to talk about my grandma's hamburgers like this. Like, that's what y'all not finna do. But I'm just like, well, you don't gotta eat it then. Give it back to Toxic then, because you don't gotta eat her hamburger. He's like, I'm gonna throw this shit away. Ain't nobody finna eat it. So I was like, you not about to throw it away. Like, give it back to her. And Toxic was like, I don't want it, because it probably is nasty. Bitch, you got my grandma hamburger fucked up. Yeah, it probably was nasty. I'm not even gonna lie. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't nasty, but it's like, girl, you got her effed up. Like, girl, stop playing with my grandma's fucking hamburger. So I was like, no, you're not about to throw it away. Give me the hamburger. Just give it to me. Mind you, we don't have no purses or nothing. Like, we literally, since they was like around the corner from the house, and we didn't feel like we need anything, we just walked over there. So I'm like, give me the hamburger. And she was like, I don't want it. I'm like, Toxic, you what you gonna eat then? And she was like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want the hamburger. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm just like, Toxic, you gonna be hungry? And she was just like, Symone, like, basically like, shut the fuck up. I don't want the hamburger. So I was like, all right, whatever. whatever. So then he's like, I'm about to throw it away. Like, I'm gonna throw it away. So I was like, don't you want to just try it? Y'all, not me really being offended about this damn food. Because it's like, my grandma didn't have to make this food for you, girl, if you was just gonna give it to this man and he was gonna throw it away. That could have went to somebody else. So, yeah. So he was like, I don't know, I'm gonna try it. So Jason, like, seeing that it's bothering me, so he was like, just put it in the house. Like, just go put it in the house. He was like, I'm gonna just go put it in the house. I'll probably eat it later, or I'm gonna put that shit in the trash. And he was like, Symone, I might just put it in the trash. And I'm like, I don't care, Lamar. I don't care. Like, you know, because at this point, you could see it's bothering me. So they was like, all right, let's go to the back. So we went to the back, but it was like other adults hanging out back there. So it was like on the side of the house where their back door was. And it's like a little back porch. And it was nobody right there. So we right there sitting on the back porch and we just talking. And I was like, where's everybody at? Like, out. I'm like, where's everybody at? I thought this was a party. So he was like, yeah, it was a party. It was my little cousin party. So mind y'all, he made it seem like it was gonna be this shake that ass party. I was gonna come here. Mind you, we literally did come dressed like we was going to a party too. Kinda, sorta. But I'm thinking it's about to be like a dancing party, like fun. This was a damn kids party. It was an Elmo party. La 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 Elmo's World party. So I'm like, you didn't say all of that. Like, you made it seem like it was a different type of party. He was like, that's why I said I'm about to be leaving in a little bit. I'm like, oh, I just assumed when you said party, I assumed like, you know, it was a adult party. So he like, nah, it was a kid party. So I'm like, all right. So we just sit on the porch, we just talking and stuff. We all just laughing and cracking jokes or whatever. So next thing you know, I'm noticing nobody else is laughing and cracking jokes but me and Jason. And I look back because we sitting on the steps like below. It was like 3 steps. So we sitting on the first step and Toxic and Lamar sitting on the top step. So we're literally in front of them, they behind us. So I'm noticing they not talking anymore. So I look back and I'm like just seeing them, they just making out, they just going at it. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's just us talking. So he was like, let's do what they doing, like let's kiss. So I was just like, okay, but why did you tell her I wasn't your girlfriend? So he was like, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm just like, why did you say that? Like, I'm not your girlfriend. Like, what would make you say that? So he like, it's not even like that. Like, I just said that because if I would have said you was, she would have just asked so many questions. But she know you my girlfriend. Like, she already know that. So I'm like, how would she know that if she asked us who we was and we told them that we was y'all girlfriends? So he like, she just would have asked a lot of questions. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's really not that serious. So I'm like, but it is. And he like, it's not. I'm like, but it is. Y'all, mind you, how we get into it low-key. And he's like, dang, like, did you miss me? Did you want to see me? Or did you want to argue with me? And I was just like, I don't know what I want to do. Because I don't know who I am. I don't know myself. I don't know my identity. Who am I? Because I don't know if I'm your girl or not. Like, I'm really just, like, irritated. So he was just like, let's just kiss. So he's trying to, like, kind of, like, kiss and stuff. But I'm sitting there with this dumbass look on my face trying to think, like, this nigga really playing me right now. I don't know. I just wouldn't let the shit go. Like, it wasn't that deep. If he would have met my mom or somebody, I would have been like, this is my friend too. It just wasn't that deep for me to be doing all of that. Like, it just wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I was just trying to deflect because I really didn't want to make out and stuff like that. I don't know. Back then, like, it's crazy because now I love to kiss stuff like I don't know, like making out and just being affectionate with your person. It just it's really just like a but back then, maybe because that was my body telling me, girl, you too young, you don't need to be like this. I don't know. That's why I used to avoid, like, when my friends would tell me like sex stories, like, I'll tell y'all, I used to be the one that used to lie and make it seem like I lost my virginity and I didn't. I was weird. I don't know, until eventually I just was honest, like, it's not that deep. And plus my stories was making no fucking sense anyway. So, but I would feel disgusted with myself when I did certain things. Like, certain things would make me feel so ick. Like, I would get an ick and feel like, ugh, disgusted. But that was then. Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, we just talking and finally we just started like kind of kissing. But I stopped because it was people kept walking past that back door that we was sitting on the back porch. And they just kept saying, oh, I see y'all little niggas. What y'all little niggas doing? I better wrap up. And it was like, what y'all doing too much? There ain't even none of that going on. So yeah, like, it just was kind of uncomfortable because, I mean, Toxic and Lamar, they wasn't really caring about that. But me, I'm like, this is just too much. Like, and plus, I ain't even your girlfriend. Like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, So anyway, it was time for, like, his cousin had went back there and basically was like, all right, so what's up? Like, y'all ready to go? Like, when y'all finna leave? So he like, oh shit, I didn't even know that y'all had company. So he's like, yeah, bro, yeah, I told you, man. So he like, all right, well, I'm gonna give y'all little niggas a little bit more time. I give y'all like 20 minutes or whatever. So say it was probably like, at this time, say it was like 10:59. I mean, like, say it was like 10:55. And he said they could leave at 11:20. So he like, yeah, at 11:20 we gonna go. I'm gonna give y'all a little time. So he like, yeah, y'all niggas only probably need like 5 minutes anyway. 5 minutes anyway. Y'all little niggas ain't gonna last long. So I'm just sitting there like looking disgusted. So he's like, what's wrong with her? And he's like, man, nothing wrong with her. All right, just go. You said 11:20. He's like, but she looked mad. She looked mad as hell. What's wrong? You okay? Like, you okay? So I'm like, I'm okay. And he was just like, all right then. He was like, you good, bro? You good? You good? And he was like patting his pocket. And Lamar like, Jason like, yeah, I'm good. But he laughing. I'm just thinking to my head like, he better be good. But either way, go ahead and finna get nothing. So I don't know why he trying to like low-key ask his man if he got a condom, because you know YouTube be tripping. He be like, damn, what if I'm trying to educate people? But anyway, so yeah, so he's like, yeah, let's do this. And he kept asking me, he's like, oh, can I put my hands in your pants? Why did I blank out hands? He like, can I put my hands in your pants? And I was like, no. I'm like, because you haven't washed your hands and you gonna give me yeast infection. So I was just like, no, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do that, because you know, once you take off one article of clothing, and plus we on your back porch and people walking by, like, nigga, this is not how I imagined to lose anything. And plus I just already had it set in my head that wasn't the one. Like, it just wasn't that with us, and I just wasn't about to be just gonna be, because I was like, how old? So anyway, so he he kind of getting like trying to just kiss and do all this other stuff, but he realized like I'm not really like into it or whatever. So he kind of started getting irritated, and he was just like, come on, like, we don't gotta be right here, like, we go somewhere else. So I was like, I don't want to at all. So he was like, all right, come on. Mind you, Toxic and Lamar, they not doing nothing either. They basically just making out and stuff like that. That's pretty much it, like touching each other. They're not doing too much. We're literally outside on the back porch. So he was like, come on. So I was like, where we finna go? So he was like, just come with me. So we ended up going to the front. Mind you, like I said, say it was like 10:55 when the cousin came, and he said they'll leave at 11:20. So why we go up to the front, and he was like, man, bro, I'm ready to go. Let's go. So he was like, y'all ready to go? He's like, yeah, we ready to go. So he's like, y'all want to wait till 11:20? Mind you, it probably was like 11:05 at this point. Like 10 minutes probably passed. So he like, you don't want to wait? Like, you don't want your extra 10 minutes? He like, nah, bro, it's cool. We just ready to go. Like, me and Lamar, we ready to go. So I'm just standing there like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I clearly know why you mad. You mad because I'm not trying to do what you trying to do, and I really don't care. So he like, all right then, go get Lamar and let's go. So he like, all right. So we start right to the front. So I'm like, oh, you mad? Like, you mad at me? I mean, walk back to the back. So I'm like, you mad at me? So he was like, nah, I'm not mad. I'm just tired. Like, I'm really just sleepy right now. And I was like, okay. He's like, you just be playing. Boys, let us say you be playing. How am I playing? This is not a game. Think it's a game? Think it's a game? No. But I'm like, I'm not playing. I'm like, I just don't want to. Like, and plus you said I'm not your girlfriend. And he was just like, man, whatever. Like, all right, whatever. So I was just like, yeah, I don't care. And I was happy because I'm like, damn, now I got like an excuse. I don't know. Instead of just saying no, I used to feel like I had to come up with excuses and shit. I would say no, but I feel like on top of that, you have to have an excuse, because some people just be like still asking. It's like, bro, I said no. So anyway, we ended up walking back to the bar. We walked back to the back, and he was like, Lamar, come on, Lamar, come on. Cousin, he ready to go. So he like, man, I thought that nigga said this time, because he looked at his phone. He's like, nah, he ready to go right now. He said he ready to go right now. And I'm just thinking like, oh, this nigga's a liar. He did not say that. You said that. But he was like, all right. So Toxic like, all right, you ready to go, Symone? I'm like, yeah. So I was like, do y'all think y'all cousin would give us a ride? Lamar was like, no. I know he said it fast. Like, mind you, it's like when I'm saying, y'all think y'all know. And I'm like, why? Like, we just literally live like up the street. He's like, yeah, y'all live up the street. We going in the other direction. I don't think he want to get y'all right. So I'm like, Jason, do you think so? And Jason's like, man, I really don't. I don't know. He barely want to give us a ride home. So I'm like, oh, okay. I see what's going on. Okay, walk it like I talk it. Okay, for sure. So anyway, so I'm like, all right, come on, Toxic. So we start walking to the front. They walk us to the front. They give us these little hugs. Like, well, Lamar, he hugged Toxic, like, bear huggish. And Jason gave me a quick little church side hug, like, see you later, big head. And I'm just like, all right, then, we finna go. So the lady was like, where's y'all parents at? Like, who's picking y'all up? So we walking, we just live up the street. So she's like, y'all sure? So she like, y'all sure y'all don't need no ride? So we like, it's okay, like, it's okay. Even though we should have been like, well, yeah, we want to ride because we really didn't feel like running back home. But at this point, I was just thinking like, I don't need shit from these motherfucking people. Y'all, I don't know. But we like, yeah, it's cool. But we both was on the same time. And me and Toxic both was like, nah, it's cool. Like, it's all right. But thank you. Like, we just live up the street. So she's like, okay. So we start walking. And she was like, Jason, Lamar, damn, y'all can't even walk these girls home. They said they live up the street. So they like, we finna go. They good. They don't want to stalk them home. Oh, bitch. So they was like, dang. She's like, at least y'all could walk them to the corner and watch. So they would just start walking with us to the corner or whatever. And I'm just like, you didn't have to walk with us. Like, it's fine. And Lamar was like, I know I didn't have to walk with y'all. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You didn't have to walk. Now he's like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's all right. So mind y'all, oh, this is another reason why I wanted to get over there so fast. So remember the girl who sent the news? She literally lived down the street from where they was at the auntie house. So that's why I wanted to get over there so bad, because I'm like, I know this naked ass bitch is probably gonna go over there. Oh, y'all. Anyway, so I asked him too. I was like, did she come? Like, did she come over? And he was like, nah, she didn't come. And when I said that, Lamar just started dying laughing. I was like, what's funny? Like, what's funny? And he's like, nothing. I'm not even laughing at y'all. All right, y'all go. I don't feel like walking no more to the corner. He like, man, Jason, you can walk them. I don't feel like walking no more. So if you want to keep walking them to the corner, I'll stand right here and wait for you to come back because I don't feel like it no more. And I was like, it's cool. Y'all, neither one of y'all have to walk us. Like, it's fine. And Toxic was like, yeah, it's cool. Y'all don't have to walk us. And he's like, all right, bye. And they just left. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we ended up walking back. Well, once we hit that corner, we started running because we didn't want them to see us running. We started running back because, y'all, I was thinking about it like, damn, I be sneaking out through this back door as if I have a key for this back door. I have no key for this back door. And my grandma, when she finally go to sleep, she locks up the whole house. Of course, you know, check all the doors, the patio door. She makes sure the back door, sliding door, make sure we don't even use that damn sliding door. She still makes sure that shit locked. Like, I don't know why we didn't use that. But anyway, she still makes sure every door locked. Front, back, slide, side to side. She makes sure, and if it's not locked, she gonna lock the door. So I'm be like, damn, I can't go ring the doorbell because then it's gonna be like, what the fuck? But even though my sister lived there too, but I couldn't, y'all, oh my God. When I say my sister, and my sister Tatiana is not who y'all think it is. Y'all be saying, when I be saying my sister Tatiana, y'all be like, T and me just met last year. But that's my twin. That's my twitches, y'all. But, when I say my sister Tatiana, this is my big sister. She does not have YouTube at all. But like I said, our relationship growing up was just like, right now, like now in life when we got older, we was cool. We just had to fight it out one good time and we was good. But yeah, we close, we good, we real good. But back then, oh, she was giving big sister-ish, like, oh, but not in a good way. So I'm like, damn, if grandma locked the door, I could knock on her room window and tell her to let us in. But she gonna probably like, oh, do the most. So I would probably have to lie, like, because I had a lot of friends in my neighborhood. So I was thinking like, damn, I probably just have to lie and say I went to somebody's house. Like, we went over there. I don't know, but I was just hoping. So just by the grace of God, my grandma she did not lock the house up, but she was washing the dishes. And from the kitchen window, you could see outside. But mind y'all, there's no light on in the back. Like, we didn't really cut the backyard light on like that. So she couldn't really see it. So I'm like, then we gonna have to try to sneak in. Like, just hopefully she's not paying attention out this damn window. Like, hopefully, because the sink is like this and the window's over here. So I'm like, hopefully she not paying attention because we gonna have to just sneak in real quick and open the door. So we hurried up. But it's like right when I'm like standing here, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go one at a time. So Toxic, when I'm like, Toxic, hurry up and go in. And I'm like, go to the den. Don't even go to my room. Go to the den. So Toxic going, she go to the den. I'm watching her. And it's like my grandma started like walking. I hurry up and go. And when she started walking, she was like, where you was going? I said, nowhere, grandma. I was making sure the doors was locked. And she was like, okay. I was wondering. I thought y'all was asleep. So I was like, no, we was in the den. So she's like, when did y'all go in the den? Because I was just back there. I'm like, I just went back there. Look, I'm just lying. But mind you, my room had a bathroom. And the bathroom, you could go in through the room or through the den too. So I'm like, I went through my room bathroom. And she's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, we on the computer. And she's just like, okay, well, Toxic's mom called. I'm like, oh, yeah, we was asleep. And she's just like, okay. So anyway, yeah, she ended up spending the night. And then y'all, mind y'all, like I said, it was February. So when we was at the auntie house, we was telling them like, okay, Valentine's Day coming up, this is what we gonna do. So since we both had boyfriends around Valentine's Day and our boyfriends was friends, cousins, whatever the fuck they is, since they was related, we was like, oh, let's do something together. So we already planned it out. We told them we gonna go to the movies for Valentine's Day and we gonna, you know, go watch a movie and do a double date. That was the plan. So when it came down to it, when it came down to Valentine's Day, y'all, fast forward now to Valentine's Day, it probably was like 2 weeks later. So yeah, so we ended up like I said, it was like 2 weeks later. So we had already had it planned out. So we planned to go to the South Bay Mall, and we was gonna go see a movie at 8 o'clock. I forgot what movie we was gonna see. It really doesn't even matter. But we was like, we're gonna go at 8. So we getting ready. I'm texting Jason throughout the day. I'm like, okay, we gonna go to Toxic House and we gonna leave from there. So we getting ready. I end up going to Toxic House. We getting ready and stuff. And I'm like, Jason, what time are y'all gonna go to the mall? Cause we about to head that way now, because we told Toxic Mom we going to the mall like on a weekend, and like kids do. So we gotta leave early. So he's like, okay, what time the movie start? I might start at 8. So he's like, if it started at 8, okay, well just let me know when y'all get to the mall. So I'm like, all right, well we finna leave in a little bit. Mind you, we catching the bus, so to catch the bus and the train, it took us like an hour and some change. And I kept telling him like, well, do y'all want to leave together? Like we meet y'all at this train station, or we meet y'all at this bus stop, like, you know, we all go on the bus together. So he like, nah, just let us know when y'all get there and we gonna come. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we had to leave Toxic House at like 1, because if we would have left anywhere later, like 1:15, her mom would have been like, oh, it's too late. And it'd be like, girl, what the fuck? So we had to leave, but we come home whenever we feel like it. That was the crazy part. But we was going back home to my house too. So yeah, so we end up leaving. We catch the bus, and I'm hitting him up. I'm like, we on the way right now. He like, all right, cool, my cousin's gonna take us right now. I'm in the hood getting faded. Y'all, red flag should have been on red flag. And for one, it should have been on red flag when he was on house arrest, because it was like, why are you on house arrest in 9th grade? And it should have been on red flag when, why are you in your hood getting faded at this young age? It should have been a red flag for me. But you know, like I said, red flags are like 6 flags. Woo! Yeah, so it just didn't bother me none. You just like I said, when you grow up around a lot of people that's in that same type of environment, you're used to it. It's like, oh, this is regular. If to you be like, oh, this is regular. Like, you know, it don't be like, I don't know. But yeah, so we ended up going to the mall. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit you when we get there. We got to the mall, it's probably like 3ish. I ended up hitting him up. I'm like, Jason, what's up? We at the mall. Y'all coming? So he like, what time the movie start again? So I'm like, it started at 8 o'clock. So he's like, 8 o'clock, all right, do y'all got the tickets? Mind y'all know how it be curfew, and plus it's like if it's certain movies, you gotta have an adult buy the ticket. So I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, y'all should find somebody to buy the tickets now, so when we try to go later, we not rushing to find somebody to buy the tickets. So I'm like, that's smart. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit you when we get the tickets. So he's like, okay, and I'm gonna give you the money back or whatever, like, cause I'm paying for your ticket and my ticket or whatever, and I got you a gift. So I'm just excited, like, girl, you got me a gift. I don't know if I got a picture. If when I'm editing this, I might go through my old photo bucket account, and if I have a picture, I'll post what I looked at like that day. So I'm just like telling her, so we walking around the mall trying to find people to buy some movie tickets. We ended up finding this couple, and they was super sweet, and they bought the tickets for us, so we got them buy us the 4 tickets. So I ended up hitting them like, we got the tickets, we about to go eat at the food court right now. What time y'all coming? Y'all about to be on the way? Because if so, y'all want us to wait for y'all so we can eat too? Like, y'all can eat with us? So he's like, if the movie don't start until 8 o'clock, I just don't see why we should be at the mall that early. It's almost about to be 4. So I'm just like, you said that you was gonna come. We knew that the movie started at 8 a long time ago. You said that you was gonna come when we got there, and then it went from when we got there to when we get the tickets, and now you don't think you should come right now. So I'm like, okay, well, when you gonna come? Mind you, we aiming back and forth with each other, because that's when Sidekicks was out, and I had to, you know, it was like either you get the plan where it's like call and text or text and internet, and it was like nobody was texting, everybody was on aiming and on the internet. So it's like, why would I get call and texting when ain't nobody texting and ain't nobody calling? So yeah, so I was like, we only could aim. So I'm like aiming him, and he's like, well, we gonna come at a reasonable time. I'm already in the hood. The homie is gonna bring us, so you ain't gotta worry about us catching a bus or nothing like that. He's gonna bring us when we ready. We gonna swing by and pick up Lamar on the way. So I'm like, all right, whatever. What time are y'all gonna come? Because I still wanted to hang out with you. Like, we wanted to still spend time with y'all. So he's like, okay, well, we gonna get there about like 7:36. He's like around like 6:37, because not 6:37, but like 6:30 or 7 o'clock. He was like, because if the movie don't start till 8, it's no point of us to get there that early. So I'm like, but if we gonna hang out and kick it, shouldn't you get here early? And he was like, yeah, we could still kick it from that amount of time. Like, that's an hour and a half or an hour. So I'm like, well, it's not really that much time. He like, well, the South Bay is not that big, so it ain't much we could do. And I'm like, that's true. But still, we gonna be here for fucking hours. Like, we gonna be here for hours. And he's like, well, y'all should never got there that early. Like, I'm just saying, because what are we gonna do around the mall for this long? And I was like, this nigga got me fucked up. Because we could have figured out something to do. Like, we could have left the mall, went to a car dealership, and played in the cars. I don't fucking know. We could have did something. Like, we could have found something to do. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. So I'm telling her, I'm like, what is Lamar saying? See what Lamar say. I'm like, because if Lamar say he gonna come, then he gonna, like, then I know Jason will come if Lamar tell him to come. And she was just like, Lamar said that he gonna hit, like, he on what Jason on, like, he not about to come to the mall this early if the movie started at 8. So I'm like, that's so annoying, because we could have got tickets for earlier if that was the case. Because now already 8 o'clock is pushing it, because the buses be stopped running at a certain time. Oh, I think that was our main reason for going to the South Bay and not Del Amo, because it was like, at least this bus be running, even though it run like slow as shit after a certain time. But yeah, so okay, so it's getting later to that time. I'm texting him. He like, yeah, I'm getting faded. I can't wait to give you a gift. Da da da. I'm like, okay, blah blah blah. I'm happy. So now it's like 6 o'clock. Mind y'all, he didn't say he was gonna leave to come at 6:30 or 7. He said he was gonna be there at 6:30 or 7. So now it's 6 o'clock, and I hit him up and I said, hey Jason, are you on the way? Y'all, I sit there for 2.5 seconds and this man ain't replied back yet. I said, oh, 5 seconds and he still ain't replied? This isn't right. So I told her, I said, hit up Lamar because Jason ain't replying. So she's like, when'd you send it? I said, bitch, not even a minute ago. He should have replied when I was typing. So I'm like, he ain't replied yet. So she's like, all right, let's just give it a little minute and then I'm gonna see. I said, no, girl, hit him up. So she ended up hitting up Lamar, and she was like, hey, is y'all on the way? So he was like, no, I'm at home watching TV. So she's like, well, is he on the way to come get you? Because remember, they was going to come get Lamar and then head to the mall. So he was like, I don't know. I ain't heard from that nigga. So she was like, when the last time you talked to him? And he was like, I don't know, earlier. Don't y'all got plans today? The fuck? So I'm just like, well, Lamar, like, tell him if he could hit up Jason because Jason ain't hitting me back. So, like, what time do y'all plan on coming? The movie started at 8. Like, yeah. So Lamar's like, well, if the movie started at 8, I don't understand why you hitting me up at 6 o'clock. So I'm like, tell him I thought they was gonna come kick it with us. Like, wasn't we gonna hang out before the movie? Like, probably get something to eat. So she was saying that to him, and he just like, well, don't they got food at the movie theaters? And I'm like, these niggas being weird. So Jason is not hitting back. It was probably about a good like 5 minutes now. He didn't hit back. So I was like, girl, let's go to T-Mobile. Since Lamar said he's at home, let's go to T-Mobile and use the phone and call Lamar's house phone and see what's going on, because where the fuck is Jason at? So we go in there and she called him, mind you. She aimed him and said, I'm about to call you off a phone in T-Mobile. So she called his house phone. Y'all, I know they got caller ID, but he didn't even answer the fucking house phone. His mama did. So his mama answered, and she like, hello? And she like, who is this? I don't know. Who is this? And she like, oh, this is Toxic. I'm calling for Lamar. And she's like, okay, hold on, baby. So she gave her the phone, and he like, hello? And she like, hey, babe, I was calling. He's like, who is this? And she's like, it's Toxic. Like, it's me. So he like, who number is this? And she like, I just told you I was about to call you. Mind you, when she told this man she was about to call him, this nigga said okay. So she like, I just told you I'm about to call you off a phone in T-Mobile. So he's like, okay, well, make sure you delete my number out afterwards, because I don't want people playing on my phone. I doubt anybody's gonna go through the call logs on these phones and start playing on everybody's phone. But I was just like, ask him, where's Jason? Like, where's Jason? Because Jason replied. So she like, have you talked to Jason? And he was like, no, I have not talked to him, and I'll talk to him when he hit me up. So she's like, but it's already about to be 7 o'clock. Mind you, it's like 6:13, 6:05-ish, I don't know. So he like, it's not about to be 7 o'clock. So she like, but okay, well, what time are y'all coming? The movie started at 8. We already got the tickets. Like, we waiting on y'all. Like, you don't even talk to him. Can you hit him up? So he was like, all right, I'm gonna hit him up when this show go off. Yeah, I was like, bro, mind you, it's like 6:05. You know, shows is 30 minutes, so it don't go off till like 6:30. So I was like, no, you need to tell him he need to hit him up now, because y'all supposed to be here at 6:30 or 7. How you gonna hit him up when the show go off at 6:30? So I'm like, girl, give me the phone, because she talking like, well, like trying like she's scared to say shit. So I was like, girl, give me the phone. So I'm like, hello? He like, who is this? So I was like, Lamar, stop playing. So he like, no, for real, who is this? So I'm like, it's Symone. So he was like, Symone? I'm like, Jason's girlfriend, Symone, Toxic's friend. And he like, oh, okay, the one with the big eyes. Nigga, I was just like, man, where's Jason at? Because I hit him up and he didn't reply. So he like, oh, I don't know where that nigga at. Y'all keep asking me where he at. Why don't you hit him up? Why you didn't call him? I'm like, because he literally has a sidekick, and I can't call him. He ain't gonna answer the phone. He got minutes. He gonna say, oh, okay. Well, how y'all knew to call me? I'm like, we called your house phone, bro. Like, can you just hit him up? I'm like, he said that this big homie, I said the name. I was like, go come bring y'all. So can you call him and ask? Because he said he was with him. He was getting faded in the hood. He was like, well, if he was getting faded in the hood, then that's what he's doing. So I'm like, well, can you call him? And he was like, I just told Toxic Ass I'm trying to finish this show. Like, I'm trying to finish this show. When the show go off, I'll call him, all right? I'll call him. That y'all good with that? So I'm like, no, I'm not good with that because we already got the tickets. Like, when are y'all coming? So he like, all right, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. All right, bye. I'm going to call him. So he hangs up. And she's like, what did he say? I'm like, he said he going to call him. So I'm like, all right, let's just walk around and then, you know, aim him and figure it out. So we walking around, y'all. We walking around. We going in and out of Forever 21 for the millionth time. That's when Forever 21 was small, too. It wasn't that big. I don't know. They still got that big two-story one. I think they got rid of it. But it was when it was small, that little small one. We in and out that store so much out of every store. They probably was so irritated with us. So we, I realized at this point, it's probably like 6:40ish. So I'm like, girl, Jason never replied because I'm aiming him like, hello, what the fuck, stupid bitch. I'm just like, hello, like, you know, like I'm just hitting him. So I'm like, girl, hit up Lamar. So she hit him up and she was like, hey, have you heard from Jason? So he's like, no, have y'all? So I said, girl, let's go back and call him because he's getting on my nerves. Like, he's really getting on my nerves. So we go back and we call him. And this time I just called because I'm so irritated. So I called him like, hello. He was like, who is this? Mind you, he answered. Mind you, we told him we was finna call him. Every time she tell him we finna call, this nigga say it's okay. So I'm like, he like, who is this? I'm like, it's Symone. So he like, which Symone? I'm like, bro, I literally just called. We looking for Jason. So he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm like, did you finish your show? Like, being funny. He was like, oh, don't play with me. Don't play. Yeah, I finished the show. So I'm like, did you call and see where Jason was at? He was like, I aimed him. He didn't reply. You right. He didn't reply to aims. So I'm like, but did you call him? He was like, you know, like, I know he ain't gonna answer. He got minutes. So I'm like, did you call the big homie? So he's like, no, I didn't. I really didn't even call him. I ain't even gonna lie. Because I'm about to be just checking for no nigga like that. But you know what? I'll call. So I'm like, no, call on three-way. I'm like, because it's about to be 7 o'clock and y'all ain't even here. And da-da-da, the movie started at 8. I'm just so irritated. So he was like, all right, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I can't find him. I'm about to hit him up. I'm gonna call him on three-way. So he tried to call on three-way and he was gone for a long time. I could tell he was on the phone with somebody because he never clicked back over. Like, he clicked back over like long, like, you know, if nobody answered, it wouldn't take this long. So I'm sitting there like, he probably don't know how to click back over. So finally he clicked back over and he was like, you know what? And I'm like, what? He was like, I don't think that nigga Jason gonna make it. So I said, he ain't gonna make it. What happened to him? Like, you know, I'm thinking like, nigga got shot or something. I'm like, what you mean he ain't gonna make it? He's like, nah, not like that. Like, nobody just don't know where he's at. Like, nobody haven't heard from him. So at this point, I'm getting scared because y'all, mind y'all, I said last summer he was on fucking house arrest. So I'm thinking like, damn, did he get arrested? Did this happen? He was in his hood. Did he get popped? Did this happen? Like, my mind is wondering. That's why you be like, that's what a hood do be stressful as hell. Because it's like, they don't answer. It'd be 3 things you think about. Is you with a bitch? Is you getting shot? Or is you in jail? Like, what's going on? Which one is it? And either one, I'm gonna be mad at all 3. So it's like, damn, but they just can't be sleep. That'd be our problem. We just never think these niggas be sleeping. But anyway, so I was so irritated. So I'm like, well, do you think he in jail? He was like, why would he be in jail? I'm like, I don't know. He was in jail before. The fuck? You make seem like it's just like not common. So he was just like, nah, I don't think he in jail. But yeah, he probably not gonna make it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm irritated. Like, I was so annoyed. I'm like, at this point, I'm ready to cry because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting stood up. So I'm hitting him up. I was like, Jason, I know you're not standing me up. What the fuck? I know this can't be true. You cannot be standing me up right now, bitch. I'm just kidding. But no, I was so mad. So Toxic got the phone back and she like, hello. I'm like, well, Toxic, you could tell Lamar he could still just come. Like, I'm not gonna ruin your Valentine's Day. So I'm like, girl, just tell Lamar he could just come because I'm not about to ruin your Valentine's Day. Like, I guess I'll just third wheel it with y'all. And she was just like, okay, well, Lamar, Symone said you should still just come. Like, I guess you could make your way over here. So he was like, why would I come if Jason's if Jason not there? So she was like, because you could still spend Valentine's Day with me. And she was like, I guess you could just bring another friend for Symone since we got an extra ticket. So I was like, no, he can't. Like, bitch, how you gonna tell him he could bring another friend? Like, this is like, we met them once and then now it's a second link. Like, girl, no, that's literally my boyfriend. Or maybe not, who knows? So I'm just like, girl, no. it's cool, just tell him to come by yourself. So she was like, yeah, you could just come by yourself. Like Symone said, she not tripping or whatever. She'll just, you know, watch the movie with us. So he was like, well, I'm not doing that. And she was like, why? I don't know why this shit lived rent-free in my head for so many years. Like, when me and Toxic was friends, I used to always say this phrase. Like, she'll call me and be like, girl, you want to go outside? And I'll say exactly what this nigga said to her. So she was like, why? He was like, I'm eating chips right now. I used to literally say that shit to her for the longest when we was friends. Like, she'll be like, oh, girl, it's a party tonight. You want to go? And I'd be like, I'm eating chips right now. And she would just die laughing like, girl, you get on my nerves. That nigga said I'm eating chips right now. And I was so confusion, y'all. I ain't said that in a long time. I was confusion because I'm like, what the fuck him eating chips got to do anything? So she was like, what? And I was like, what did he say? He said he's eating chips right now. She just handed me the phone. Like, so I got the phone. I'm like, Lamar. He like, yeah. So I'm like, so you're not about to come to the movies because you eating chips? And he was just like, yeah, I'm about to come to the movies because I'm eating chips. And he was like, and I met y'all through Jason. So why would I even come? Nigga, you been knowing us for like a long time now. What is you talking about? You acting like you being so weird right now. So I'm like, you don't have to bring nobody. I don't want you to bring nobody. You could just come by yourself. So he was like, nah, I'm going to just stay in the house and watch this movie and just finish these chips. So I'm like, what did you even watch it anyway? I'm like, we already bought the tickets. So he's like, well, y'all didn't have to do that. I didn't tell y'all to buy tickets. So I'm like, Jason told us to buy tickets because, you know, we have to find somebody to buy them. So he was like, oh, well, I didn't say to do that. So I was just like, so you really not finna come? So you gonna stand us up too? So y'all finna stand us up on Valentine's Day? So he just started dying laughing, y'all. And next thing you know, his TV started getting louder. Like, the TV started getting louder in the background. So he's laughing. So I'm like, Lamar, hello. He's like, oh, my bad, I'm watching this movie. He was like, all right, well, I'm about to go, y'all. If y'all hear from that nigga Jason, let me know. If I hear from him, I'll let y'all know. All right, bye. And he hung up. I was like, this nigga ain't shit. I didn't understand why she would talk to him. He was a funny nigga though. Like, it was like after a while when we wasn't dealing with them like that and they was just friends, I would realize this nigga is funny. But I'm like, I don't see how anybody deal with this man on no relationship type shit, because that nigga, he just don't take shit serious. So I was like, girl, he turned the TV up and said that he finna finish this movie and finish the chips and finish the movie he watching already. So she was like, what the fuck, are you for real? So I'm like, girl, yeah. And I was just so irritated. I'm like, I didn't want to cry. Like, I was just so annoyed. So we walking around the mall and we like, well, since it's already about to be 7 o'clock, I'm cussing the out of this man. And then at one part of me was like, damn, what if he dead? And they go through his shit and be like, girl, you cussed him out and he was dead. And I was just thinking like, oh my God, like, I'm horrible. So I was like, let me know if you're okay. Please let me know if you're okay. And then another part of me was like, this nigga got me fucked up. And I was just like, let me know if you're fine. You know, when your just emotions be going just all over the place. So y'all, why I'm on Facebook. Was it Facebook at that? Yeah, it was Facebook. So I'm on Facebook and I'm scrolling or whatever. We ended up going back into T-Mobile and we just was on the phones or whatever. So I'm on Facebook and I'm scrolling. Why I see this bitch, the girl who sent the news, posted a picture with Jason from earlier that day and said, I ran into my best friend in his hood today. I lost it. I'm hitting his aim up like, bitch, you got me you with that naked ass girl. Like, she just walked around naked. And I was going crazy. Like, I was going in because I'm like, oh, this nigga stood me up to get some, because he know I ain't gonna give it to him. So I'm going in. I'm like, girl, this nigga's with her. He's with her. She's like, what the fuck? Da, 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 da. I'm like, right. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And she was like, wow, at least Lamar is at home. Girl, so I'm like, yeah, right, at least he's at home eating his chips. And I was just so irritated. So we walking around the mall and we just talking shit to each other. Like, I can't believe this. Like, we talking so much shit. So these boys end up walking up to us and they was just like, oh, like, why are y'all by yourself? I guess they was having a bromance day. I don't know, like a bro Valentine's Day, because you know girls be Valentine's Day. What is guys? Brolentine, brother time day, I don't know. Either way I go, it was 4 niggas at the mall, and they was at the mall with each other for their day or whatever like that. So he was like, yeah, like, we what y'all mad about? So we was like, nothing. We just tell them like, yeah, we got stood up. So they started laughing. They was like, oh, y'all got stood up. Where y'all finna go? So we like, we going to the movies. We seen the 8 o'clock show. So they was like, oh, well, we gonna come see the movie with y'all then. So they ended up going to the movies with us, and they was cool as fuck. We was laughing and talking in the theater and stuff. They ended up giving us a ride home, but they was so fucking weird about it, y'all. Like, they was weird. Like, we telling them where we live at, and he would be like, oh, well, I'm gonna drop y'all off here. And he'll go to a random neighborhood and be like, get out the car. And we'll be sitting there like, you serious? And he like, and then we'd be like, all right, whatever. And he like, I'm just kidding, and drive off. Like, them niggas was playing too fucking much. We ended up exchanging Instagrams, aims with them. And yeah, I don't know why, because they really was playing too much. Like, they would take us to random neighborhoods that was not even our neighborhood, but they was just teenage boys that was playing too much. I don't know, maybe they was high or something, who knows. But they eventually ended up taking us back to my house. But y'all, oh my god, guess what happened to Jason? Y'all would never guess what happened to Jason. And I'm going to tell y'all right now. So, anyway, I know it sounded like I was going to say, I'm going to tell y'all next time. No, because no telling when that would be. Shit, I'll be forgetting. So, y'all, what happened to Jason? This motherfucking nigga hits me up the next morning at like 11 a.m. and said, oh my god, I'm so sorry, babe. I got faded and passed out on the porch in the hood. Bitch, you motherfucking lying. You motherfucking lying. And I was like, you're a fucking liar. You a liar. And I'm like, you was with such and such, oh, naked girl. You was doing this. Because how is you lying? How did you fall asleep? I hit you up at 6 o'clock, so that means around 5 something. You fell asleep from 5 p.m. on a porch until 11 a.m. the next day. So you mean to tell me, what was it, a bando? Like, who did not see you on the porch and say, hey, my nigga, get the fuck up. What's going on with you? Nobody seen you? And I'm like, oh, and Lamar must have knew, because when he got on the phone with the old boy and said he ain't gonna make it, was it because you was passed out, or it was because you was passed out, nigga? Like, and I was just so irritated. So he like, I just ran into her and we took a picture and that was it. So I'm like, I don't give a, get up, send you naked pictures. Yo, motherfucker, take pictures with her. I told you. And I'm like, I told you I don't even want you being friends with her no more, best friends with her, whatever the fuck. And you over here taking pictures with her on Valentine. Say, how embarrassing is that for me? I used to, ooh, what I don't like is being embarrassed. So I'm like, that's embarrassing. And I'm like, you embarrass me. All this other shit. And he just like, man, it wasn't even like that, y'all. I broke up with him. I said, you stood me up one too many times. Literally one time. So I'm like, you stood me up one too many times. It's over. I broke up with him because I was like, I'm not gonna play these motherfucking games with you. No, that's not what we finna do. Y'all, he really was on Facebook just confessing his love to me. And it was like, boy, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And y'all know what the nerve he had the nerve to post on there? He started putting like talking about song like remind him of me, and he was saying Prostitute Fling by Trina and Lil Wayne. Nigga, what is you trying to say to me? Like, how is you confessing your love to me by saying I wouldn't care if you was a prostitute? Bitch, you singing to the wrong motherfucking girl. Like, I was and that just made it worse because I was just like, even though this our song, and yeah, this not our song, but like I like to like role play a lot. So I'd be like, okay, you be Wayne, I be Trina, and we be on the phone, and I'd be like, I wouldn't care if you was a dirty dog. But that don't mean you put it on Facebook and says, I miss you, I love you so much, don't leave this song. Like, okay, maybe he probably did think about me, but come on now, bro. You couldn't pick no other lyrics. Like, you couldn't pick like Sunshine, I call you my baby. I don't know shit, I can't think. But you couldn't pick nothing else. Like, you could have even picked a fucking G-Unit, I Teach You How to Stunt song. I don't know. You could have picked something different. But yeah, that nigga literally said he was asleep on the porch. And when I was just so irritated, y'all, I was so mad that I could not help it. I ended up hitting up old girl. And I was like, did you spend Valentine's Day with Jason? And she was like, LOL, no. I just seen him and I took a picture with him. And I was like, okay, but how long did you see him for? Because I was hot. She was like, are you pressing me behind a nigga? Oh, y'all, she really asked me. And I said, do you feel like you being pressed behind a nigga? Because what it is, if it sound like it, then it is what it is. So I don't know. She didn't really answer that question. Because you know how with some females, when you start pressing them, they think it's funny and they ain't gonna answer that question for you because you can't come like off like that. Plus now I'm not about to be asking no woman nothing about nobody. That's out. But yeah, that was it for the story time. He had me fucked up. We broke up, and y'all, and it was just so crazy because he used to see me in other, like, not other men face, but like I still would go up there sometimes, not to his school, but like to that part where everybody be eating at, and he would see me and he'd be so mad because I would tell him like, but you don't want to be with me. You don't want to be with me because you do not want to be with me because me. Oh, and then when I met Joe, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Like, literally, it was a wrap because it was like, yeah, never mind. I have a lot of more stories too, because yeah, we became, like I told y'all, me and him became the best of friends. Like, I realized that we was not meant to be in a relationship. Plus, we was too young, and I didn't know how to be in a relationship anyway. I was used to seeing other adults being toxic ass, cussing out each other relationships, so I thought that's how relationships go. I thought like, oh, you supposed to call your boyfriend a bitch ass nigga from time to time, but that's not how it went. Like, I should never been looking at people that was older than me in my life and be like, oh, okay, everybody is saying it, you gotta be called a bitch ass nigga. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. But yeah, we became the best of friends. Me and him was like this, like tight as hell. But so we do got a lot of stories. So, but yeah, that's it for this story time, y'all. I hope y'all liked it. If you have not seen the first story where I mentioned him, it is the story titled "Me and Toxic Got Caught." ... And then I mentioned him again, but I accidentally said his name was Deshaun, but it wasn't when I said we got played by some weirdos. And that story was funny too. And I also, that made me think, I have another story about that person I mentioned that story, but I forgot. Oh, I called him Justin LaBoy, I think. But yeah, so then I have those was the two stories where I mentioned him. So if you haven't seen those, make sure you go view them. And then if you haven't seen a story from yesterday, because y'all seen I posted a video yesterday because I love y'all so much, make sure you go ahead and tune into that one too. But thank you guys so much for watching my video, and make sure you go ahead and cop you a bag at Brishari, because we are 8 away from 200 orders. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and